Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here, hopping on to show you some of my haul because I've been doing some shopping. Also trying to finish really quickly showed you a fox ornament and a cabin ornament. I'm doing those on a plastic, perforated plastic, and I'm trying to get those done so I can show you how I finished them in the next video. I'm doing 6 of each. But I also wanted to show you some other things that I've made that are Stitchy related. I went to the dollar store, is it the Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree, and I found these cute little pin cushions for $1.25. I knew when I looked at it, it was going to fit this adorable little, I guess you would call this a sundae or ice cream dish. It's pretty tiny. I did cram it in there. I didn't glue it, but after it did figure out how to set it in there just right, I put this corded ribbon around it, and then I added the pom-pom to hide the seam of the pincushion. I probably should have put something in there like maybe some glitter or sparkle. That was an afterthought. It is quite nice without it, but I could have put something in there, seashells or something. But I'm using this to hold my nitpicks and some of my needles, which I was just throwing in a jar and was really dangerous as I stuck my hand in there to fish something out. So this is a great idea to utilize a $1.25 pincushion. I can't vouch for its insides, but I do change my needles quite often, so I'm not particularly concerned about the health of my needles in a pincushion like this. So great ideas if you find stuff. Things like this can be found at a dump house or a yard sale or anywhere around there. And sometimes you can just find the right thing to fit into other items. I also wanted to make you guys aware, if you don't have this issue yet, this is the Just Cross Stitch magazine, August 2023. There's a really great, July 4th is coming up, July 4th stitch in here. Doesn't that look like fun? I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on black or a khaki type color, but I'm going to kit this up and take this up to camp with us because we're supposed to be going up there for 4th of July. And I thought it was a really cute stitch. Fairly quick if you guys are interested in picking up this issue. The dimensions, finished size is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. That's open on my desk because I really need to kit that up. Also in this issue are a couple of different ornaments. This is going to be hard to show without showing you the graph. But look at this little pie. I fell in love. It's supposed to be cherry pie, I think. It appears to be a cherry pie. But these little tins, and I hope I did the right thing, it does show 4-inch diameter tart pan with removable bottom. Well, didn't I just hop onto Amazon? Let me make sure I leave it open to the right page. It's not going to work. And I found 4-inch tart pans with removable bottoms. When I kit up the flag, my goal is to kit up the pies too. I have 6 of these. There's another design in this issue that calls for this tart pan, so I might switch it up, or I might find myself making a whole bunch of pies. Not really sure yet. You may remember too in my earlier travels, oh, this is what I got also at the dollar store. That's one of those metal dies that you run through in the machines that I've shown you in previous tours. It cuts out the paper shape. $1.25. I'll definitely use these for carding. $1.25. I was in shock. And I also picked these up. If you don't want to spend a lot on cards to put a cross stitch on or something, you can get pre-made cards. This was also at the dollar store. It's a package of 6 with envelopes. Perfect size. I can do a little cross stitch on it. I'm picturing maybe a little Valentine bunny or somebody on here. And I'll mount it to the front. I don't have to get too fancy with this. So that's going to go in my Valentine pile. In a previous video, I showed you a purchase that I made at Goodwill. This was $6. I did pick up some patches and ironed on some really cute patches to dress it up a little bit. I'm sure you can see, though, it was the first time I've ever used patches, iron-on patches. You've got a little iron mark there. It's okay in the right light. And then for whatever reason, there were these snaps here, but nothing came inside the bag or flips down to latch to these. So I got these adorable little sunflowers, maybe not sunflowers, or flowers, that just snap on the front. These I already had in my stash. I apparently bought these on clearance, but you need a specialized tool to put these onto a fabric. I didn't have the tool, but I kept these in my stash. Lo and behold, here I had use for them. So it does dress it up a bit. I'm really excited to pack this up because it's perfect size for a Q-snap with the width and the depth. I can put my Q-snap in there. I'm going to take it to a retreat. That's exciting. Also at Goodwill, I found this Martha Stewart Knit and Weave Loom Kit. It looks like it's complete. I don't think anybody opened it. That was $4. I think I want to try to make some scarves. I do have some yarn in my collection for doing various projects. I'll do some practice stuff and see what I can come up with. I found this really cute shelf with removable shelf pieces. It hangs. I doubt I have any space in the craft room. Could be a really great drawer organizer, but for $4, I couldn't pass it up. It's nice, heavy wood. It's going to be great for keeping me somewhat organized. I found this cutie. First thing I do when I find something like this was at Goodwill, I stick my nose in it to see if it smells. It was fine, maybe a little musty. You can get gel silica packs on Amazon, so it's a great way to stick something in the box and keep it a little dry, fresher. I cleaned it out with a paintbrush because it was a little dusty, and then I used a very light damp cloth on the inside, but it's pretty clean. I don't know why anybody would get rid of something so useful as this. These were a great buy. These are nice wood, heavy wood frames. Very rustic, almost like barnwood. These were $4 each. I'm really excited to go through my pile of finished cross stitches. I'm sure I have something that's going to fit in one of these. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put them face to face. That was a good find. And then last but not least, something I certainly didn't need, but I had to have. I got a fantastic little tabletop scroll frame. Now, it's a brand that I don't recognize. This was $10. It came unassembled in a bag that had been sealed with tape. So I did take a risk that maybe all the parts weren't here, but they were. So I was really excited about that. It's wooden images at wavecable.com. I can't find them online. So I'm going to have to keep, that's the email. I'm going to have to keep looking. But I think it's called Wooden Images is the brand. So that's going to be fun to probably put, I think I have a Scarlet House. I'm going to kit up for that. We'll see. I've had a few questions about how I make my counting needles, or my nitpicks as I like to call them. And I have been buying these boutonniere pins on Amazon. And they're very long. I would say 3 inches, might be 2.5. They come with this little tip that actually comes off and protects your fingers from getting stabbed. There's like a little rubber stopper in there. And what I do is I bead up what I think I would like on a nitpick. And then I take an E6000 glue, and I add the glue to the boutonniere pin and slide up all of the beads until they catch. Some beads have bigger holes and need more glue. And then I actually hang this thing upside down. And sometimes I just move the bead back and forth to get the glue inside. And then if I have extra glue bulging out around the bead, this is the very important part. I go through my garbage and I find something in the garbage to just kind of roll the excess glue off so it looks a little tidier. It's quite easy to do. And then once I'm happy with the placement of the beads, because sometimes they're a little crooked, and you kind of just wiggle them around till they're straight. I take the boutonniere cap off, hang it upside down until it dries. And then I just kit them up in the little boxes and gift them. These are a lot of fun to make. The scissor fobs are fun to make too, but I'm really not sure what size scissor fobs people like. So I do a different variety of sizes, or lengths, I should say. So I stick these upside down in a basket as they dry, ever so carefully. There we go. I like working with the smaller tubes of E6000 because they don't dry up very well. If you get the bigger one, it gets gummy, and I always have to clean the top. That gets a little tiresome. And I store it upright so it doesn't come into the cap too much. But it's great because you can roll it up like a little tube of toothpaste. Excuse me. Always remember, when doing a live video, put your phone on mute. My daughter's not in school anymore, so I really shouldn't be allowing myself to get dings while I'm making a video. I know when I'm watching a video and I hear somebody's phone ding, first thing I do is look away from the video and see if it's my phone. It never is. Sorry about that. I'm going to be doing some framing up of some things fairly soon. Unfortunately, my craft room is going to be totaled again. It looks like maybe in the next few weeks, we're going to do some spray foam insulation in my attic space, which means I'll have to pull out a lot of stuff that I don't want to get coated with a bunch of dust. That includes my thread collection. So I'm going to pull my thread collection out from underneath the attic eaves, cover it with probably just a bed sheet. And then I have to maybe reorganize some things in the attic, which means pulling it all out into my attic, into my craft room space from the attic space. I'm very hopeful to get some frames organized and get some things actually framed that I've shown you in some previous videos. And then the little tiny plastic canvas ornaments that I'm doing, I'm going to show you how I do the finish. I think I figured out that I can use a table stand or a table cross stitch frame like this. I think I'll use this to mount the iPad on so you guys can have a table view of what I'm doing. That would be genius. Why didn't I think of that sooner? I don't know. Also, I'm a little concerned that we're going to be going away to camp for a while, and I don't know if I'll have a video out, so I may have a gap, an interruption in my video making, and I apologize for that. But I'm packing a lot of projects, including that grand old flag from the just cross-stitching issue that I showed you. If all goes well, I'll be sitting and stitching rather than running around cooking and cleaning, and it'll be a fun time away at camp with lots of stitchy projects to finish. I also wanted to share with you guys another type of bucket dive. I have this canvas bag that travels up and down the staircase. What I have in there are, I think it's 6, a total of 6 projects. There is a type of stitching challenge. One of the FLOSSTUBers I watch, the Soulful Stitcher. Her name's Melanie. I love watching her floss tubes. She's on Facebook too. She has a group, and on Instagram. She has made up a challenge. You put up as many projects as you'd like to complete by December 18th of this year. She started it January 18th. So she wants you to finish half of what you challenge yourself to do. So I have 6, and I'm challenging myself to do 6, but she says if you can do 3 and show your progress, I think there's some sort of gift at the end, or maybe a giveaway. I'm really hopeful it's one of her hand-dyed fabrics, because she's really got an eye for that. Really gorgeous stuff. Anywho, I have on my list things in this bucket. One of the things on the list is something I'm trying to get done, which are these tiny little ornaments. I think I showed these in a previous video. These came inside one of the Craftway hardcover books as like a bonus insert chart collection. These were the 2 that I was really attracted to. I challenged myself to do 6 of each, 12, total of 12 ornaments. So I'm working on 6 foxes. I've done all 6 of the cabins. I have, let's see, 3 more foxes to do. And that's what I want to set up and show you how I go about finishing them for anybody who hasn't worked with the perforated plastic or who hasn't done any finishes yet. But this is really great, sturdy stuff. So I'll show you how I do the felt backing and a hanger and all that. So that's one thing in there. If I complete this soon, I'll have completed 2 whole projects that I've listed. Another challenge that I gave myself was to finish my border on my peppermint purple design. Now, if you haven't heard of peppermint purple, go to peppermintpurple.com to find out everything you need to know on her website. She has a Facebook. She also has a lot of free stitch-alongs, S-A-L, SALs, or stitch-alongs. I always sign up for them because I really, really love them. But she does a lot of Blackwork designs. And I really had an issue with Blackwork in the beginning because I had a hard time visualizing how to place the holes. But this was my finish. This was the border that I finished. So this was all incomplete when I started this challenge. I'm anxious to see if it fits in one of the frames I recently purchased. Let's see. Way too big. The frame's too big. So I'd have to add some mat board. And I'm not sure if I want to do that, but we'll have to take a peek at that. So that is the, is it the 2013? Come on, let me give you all the information. Was this 2013? Yeah, this was 2022. So this was the 2022 2022 stitch along that she offered for free. The 2021 I've already completed and framed. I think I've shown a picture of that downstairs. If not, I can pop it on again. I'm collecting the 2023 stitch along patterns. She releases one a week over the course of the year, which is great because you don't feel overwhelmed trying to play catch up. You can just stitch it every week it comes out. And I think one little section takes about 20 minutes tops while you're in front of the TV, if you get your cells and your borders lined up. So I just keep those in a binder. I'm going to probably start that in the fall or winter. And they're all different. She has a bunch of different color options for you. You don't have to think, it's just, oh, I'll try this combination. She's offered her that. She offers a variety of different borders too. So that's really cool to check out. Also in my stash of things to do, I have challenged myself to fully finish a collection of Halloween ornaments. So I'm stitching them all on this big piece. These are all Prairie Schoolers. I've got a scarecrow next. And in my challenge, it says 6 of them. So it looks like I have 3 more to do. I'm doing this on an 18 count. Yep, 18 count. And then I will make them probably into flat felted bordered ornaments, one-sided, for my Halloween tree. Within this collection, oh, and I'm using sulky floss for these, and it's a 12 weight sulky, so I only use 1 strand. So also in the same pouch that I keep this in are some other ornaments that I've done. I was hoping the name was on here. I don't have the name of which kit this is. This is my collection of finished Prairie Schoolers. So I have 2 little tombstones. It says, uh-oh. I just did these on scraps. A witch. A kitty cat. A skeleton with skeleton keys. Whoops. A scarecrow. A moon. An owl. A pumpkin. And the devil himself. I think my Halloween tree will be full when I'm done. What I will do for these ones that are on the tan or khaki, I'll probably put an orange border and maybe pick up some of the other colors that are used. Like this one, I'll probably pick a red border, something that'll not distract, but it'll complement how it's framed or mounted. And I'll show you how I do those finishes too. So all I have left are those 3 ornaments. This is definitely a project I should take up to camp and just whip it out. Another thing I have in here, which is not on my list. This is embarrassing. I started him with such great enthusiasm and I just put him away. Let me see if I have the name of the designer. This is Not Forgotten Farm. Thomas the Turkey. I can't show you that. It's my working. So he is a really great looking turkey. That's pitiful. It's hardly worth showing. I do love my little murder kitty, though. I have a thing about cats with knives. We have a very fussy Maine Coon named Ellie. She's just misunderstood. But she always has this look like she's gonna kill you. I love her to death. She's very spicy. Also in here is a, let's see, I didn't show the tree ornaments. I wonder where those are. Somewhere in here. It tells you I need to get in here. This is a Linda Bird Berry Basket Sampler. I've shown this one before. I've done 2 of the towels, and my goal is to finish the 3rd towel. This is a wonderful chart to look for. I want to do the sampler as well, but the goal is to get that 3rd towel done. So I've done the blueberries and the strawberries. No matter how hard I try, I still get cat hair on things. That's the blueberry towel. I think that's really cute. It's a 2017. I have a tendency not to use them, but I do decorate with them. And then this was 2016. Yep, the strawberries. That's such a sweet stitch. These would look great in frames. Never mind the towels. So I'm anxious to get that 3rd towel done. That's definitely something I can work on up at camp. I'm using all the called for DMCs. I have quite a collection of floss in here, so I suspect I might have floss in here for another project. So it's blackberries that's next. I don't know about you, but I've been making lots of fruit cups lately. So my favorite one for the summer is watermelon, strawberry, and blueberry. Nothing else. That's what I love. In the winter, when it's harder to get the fresh berries and the local things, because I do like to try to stay local or seasonal, my winter fruit cup is banana, apple, and then I use a canned mandarin orange. But that's a great combination too. So that's the blackberry towels. I don't know if I can show this one. I have a yin-yang design for a hoop. I don't know if I have. No, I don't. I don't have the picture of it, so it's not worth showing you. I know it's an Etsy purchase, and it's probably somewhere. And it's not in my stash here. I probably put the chart in a safe place. And what I do is I make working copies of the actual graph, which I can't show. But it is a yin-yang of the water and a forest, and it's a great oval. It's going to fit in a, what size is this? This might be a 9. I think it's a 9. So it's going to be pretty big. 8 inch. I'll get some stitches in and I'll show it to you because it's worth looking at. Oh, this might be the copy I need. Strike a Balance. It's a Stitch Rovia. And I don't have the, what? Okay, this is not good. I'm more unorganized than I thought. Here's half of the design. I don't know where the other half is. So it's a mountain scene, and then you can just make out, this is going to be the water scene. Sorry, guys. Best made plans. And then for whatever reason, I put my Fish of Wealth in here, which is not on my list of things to finish. But I do know I wanted to get some stitches in there, and I finally have it. in a bag, ready to go. I just have to wash and prep the fabric. I'm going to do it on a 14 count beige Aida. It's a 30 by 36 piece. So 30 inches by 36 inches. And I'm pretty sure I have done my job. I've got all of my DMCs. I think the colors in this are extraordinary. So that's going to be a really dramatic piece when it's done. This is a Pinn, P-I-N-N, 2002, Fish of Wealth. And the designer's name, but I think if you just type Fish of Wealth, you'll probably find it this way. It might be out of print, but it's going to be very dramatic. Okay. So I will go get stitching, so I'll have some more stuff to show. Have a great day, happy stitching, and be safe.